right, everybody. Welcome back to Bubba and the Old Man. Um, Today is one of my favorite teams, the New York Giants. Giving their draft class a grade, I think they did a solid A minus to an A. With the first three picks they only had six picks in this draft. But with the first three, I think they addressed needs and players that can play right now and help the team. With their second three, I believe these are going to be all backups.
Yeah, that makes sense. I like the first pick. They traded back. Then they ended up getting a good, solid slot receiver.
Yeah.
Darius Toney.
Kadarius Toney's fast, creates separation very well. He was by a lot of people acknowledged as the shiftiest player in the draft.
Yeah.
I think he creates separation with the best of them. And I know a lot of people say he has drop issues. One thing I learned while reading on him, while watching a few other people break down his game, was he only had 3 drops in 150 targets.
Yeah.
That's not a drop problem.
Yeah, I think a lot of people just saw that video that went viral on social media of him running that route at the Senior Bowl, and it just hit in his hands and it just fell out of his
hands. Yeah, he don't have drop problems. He's got very good hands, very strong hands. In the second round, the Giants traded down again from 42 to 50 and got Azeez Ojulari from Georgia. I think it's a great edge rusher. I think he led the SEC last year in sacks. I want to say maybe it was quarterback pressures, but it's something like that. He was getting pressure and making everybody's life hell.
Yeah, he's one of the best pass rushers in the class.
Yeah. And in the third round, they traded up and picked up Aaron Robinson, cornerback from UCF. This kid, coming into this season, was getting a lot of first-round buzz. Which this was a strange draft because there was a lot of people dropping that I didn't think would drop.
Marvin Wilson fell completely out of the draft.
Yeah.
Tate Gallen.
Dylan Moses didn't get drafted.
Tate Gallen almost fell out of the 6th round.
Yeah, I mean it was by all accounts it's just a strange draft. It's been a strange 2 years. But anyhow, Aaron Robinson's I think he's gonna be a great fit at nickel corner. Darnay Holmes is there right now. This is somebody to either back him up or take the spot if he's better. But fourth round and the 2 6th-round picks, we got Ellerson Smith, linebacker or edge rusher out of Northern Iowa, Gary Brightwell, running back out of Arizona, and Rodarius Williams, corner out of Oklahoma State. Little side note, Creedy Williams' brother. I don't know if any of them will get playing time, but they'll be good rotational players, I believe.
Yeah, what's that, 4th through 6th round?
Yeah.
Basically, in those rounds, you're just hoping for starters, and hopefully maybe you hit on something.
Well, they had 2 6th-round picks and a 4th-round pick.
Yeah, you just kind of hope you hit on somebody at that point.
The best part about the Giants draft, I believe, me personally, I believe to be true, is in the first round they traded with the Bears. Coincidentally, the other team I like in the NFL. The Bears trade up to 11 and get Justin Fields. We all know that. I believe that the Bears solidified their future with Justin Fields. I think it's a great pick. I think he's going to be a very good player for the Bears for a very long time. But the Giants got back the 20th pick in this year's draft. They got a 5th in this year's draft, which they used to trade up to get Aaron Robinson. And they got next year the Bears' 1st-round pick and the Bears' 4th-round pick. So they fall back 9 spots and pick up 3 additional picks.
Yeah, it was a great trade for both sides. You know, the Bears, it could hurt them losing the first round pick next year because I think, you know, they're probably going to go 7-10, 8-9. It's weird trying to adjust to saying.
Yeah, the 17 game schedule. Yeah.
You know, I think they'll have middle of the first round ish kind of.
Well, the Bears could, you know, possibly squeak into the playoffs. Or they could be the last team in the North.
Possibly, yeah.
You know, that's how big of a gap there is from what they could be to what they might be.
Yeah.
I mean, the Bears are just a really big unknown. They got a coach and a GM that is believed to be on the hot seat.
Well, they're on the hottest of hot seats.
Maybe, maybe not. But then the Giants go in the second round and trade from 42 to 50 and pick up a third round pick from I believe the Dolphins.
Yeah, something like that. But the only problem I have with the Giants draft is they didn't get a single offensive lineman. And I know people are saying that the offensive line isn't that bad, but Quinn Miners was still falling.
Yeah.
And I think that would have been a good option.
Maybe.
That he went in the third round, I believe, to Denver, which he could be in the Aaron Rodgers trade. I'm making a video about that in a couple days. But I think, didn't y'all have a third round pick?
Yeah.
And wasn't that the Aaron Robinson pick?
Yeah.
I think that y'all should have probably used that on a Quinn Miners or something like that.
Well,
I know Nick Gates has been solid.
Right. And I know they just picked up another undrafted free agent, offensive lineman from Florida. They picked him up within an hour or two after the draft.
Oh, this is crazy. I heard that Marvin Wilson was signed before the last pick was made. Did you hear about that?
I didn't, but it don't surprise me.
Yeah, it just blows my mind he wasn't drafted. But continue, I'm sorry.
Yeah, so in next year's draft, you got the Bears with 2 firsts, 2 thirds.
The Giants.
Yeah, I'm sorry, the Giants. I hurt my back. I'm in pain sitting here doing this video. We're gonna make it through it. Anyhow, the Giants have 2 firsts, 2 thirds, and 2 fourths. What they did was they set themselves up to where next year, if Daniel Jones is not the guy, they got ammo to trade up early into the draft to get the guy.
Yeah.
Or who they perceive as the guy. Sam Howell, Spencer Rattler, these names.
Whoever it may be, the Mac Jones, Joe Burrow of next year's draft that just blows up and shoots up draft boards.
Right. Because I don't believe next year's draft is going to have a Trevor Lawrence.
No, it doesn't.
I know. It doesn't. I don't think next year's class is going to have a Zach Wilson or a Justin Fields.
Yeah, it's Sam Howell is just.
You're going to have the unknown Trey Lance, and you're going to have good old steady Mac Jones, which I think could wind up in the first 2 or 3 years having the best career out of any of these rookie quarterbacks.
Yeah, Mac Jones is very similar to Andy Dalton in my opinion. You know, I'm talking about good Andy Dalton, early Andy Dalton.
Yeah, decent arm,
Decent accuracy.
great accuracy. Yeah, Mac Jones is pretty damn accurate.
Yeah.
Good head on his shoulders, makes the right decision.
This is what's good about us
And
doing.
this is what Belichick wants.
This is what's good about us doing college to NFL content. We know all this stuff about the college players, and we know all this stuff about the NFL players.
Yeah.
So we're not just the NFL people talk about these college players that they don't know a lot about, and we're not these college people talk about not a lot of these NFL players they don't know a lot about.
Yeah, but you were higher on Zach Wilson than I was,
I'm extremely high on Zach Wilson.
and I was higher on Justin Fields going into the draft than you was.
Justin Fields is Dak Prescott reincarnated, or
And
not
that
reincarnated.
is perfect.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. He's Dak Prescott, but Zach Wilson could be Hall of Famer.
Or Zach Wilson could be Jamarcus Russell. Strong arm, athletic.
Jamarcus Russell wasn't athletic.
Yeah, he was.
He was built like me.
Right, but before he gained all the weight, Jamarcus Russell was athletic. He would run around in college.
Kinda, a little bit, sort of, kinda, a little bit, kinda.
Yeah. Zach Wilson kinda, sorta, a little bit, kinda, sorta, a little bit.
Jamarcus Russell looked like he ate Zach Wilson.
This is true. This
But-
is true.
Zach Wilson, he is the biggest, or second biggest boom bust prospect outside of Trey Lance. So, Trey Lance, another one that's kind of like Dak Prescott, but Trey Lance could also be.
Trey Lance got them wheels, though. Trey Lance run damn good.
Yeah, Dak Prescott also got some good wheels, but I think Trey Lance could end up being MVP level like Colin Kaepernick type.
Yeah, but, you know, everybody wants to. I'm one of the biggest ones because of the logo on Dak Prescott's helmet. I give him hate. But if the Bears get Dak Prescott, they're set.
If they get Dak Prescott, that would be the best quarterback they've had in their entire franchise history.
Yes, this I know.
That's why I'm saying, yeah, Joseph Fields is perfect for Chicago, but he's not going to be what I think Zach Wilson is going to be on the Jets. I think Zach Wilson on the Jets is going to take them consistent deep in the playoffs, consistent Super Bowl contender.
Zach Wilson on the Jets might wind up laying beside his ACLs.
But I think Robert Salah is already building a good team there. Mike LaFleur, I think, will be a very good offensive coordinator. He's going to take some stuff he learned from Kyle Shanahan in the running game, even though he was just a passing game coordinator. But he learned some stuff from Kyle Shanahan, I'm sure. And he's going to take that with him to New York. And now he's got Zach Wilson, and he's got that he's got Mekhi Becton, and he can potentially.
When Mekhi Becton decides to be healthy enough to play.
And then you have Elijah Vera Tucker, who could be an all-pro guard, or he could be an all-pro tackle. Nobody knows.
I don't know if he can be all pro at both.
Well, who knows?
He could be at one of them. You're going to be better at one than the other.
Yeah, I know, but Elijah Vera Tucker obviously is going to be better at guard than he is at tackle, but he could make it at tackle.
He could. I'm not saying he couldn't. I'm just saying he might be better suited for.
And that Jets defense, I think, is going to have a very good year this year, and they're going to keep progressing because they got a solid D-line out there. They're improving in the secondary, so I think they're going to be solid.
The Jets, man. Nobody gives a fuck. Just being real with you.
I like these things. Like this year, I think the Bengals are also going to be competing for a playoff spot.
Yeah. Did they pick up an offensive lineman?
Mate, I don't remember. I don't know.
Yeah, well, you know, or they could be
Joe Burrow?
franchise quarterback on a stretcher again.
Yes, they could.
They picked Jamar Chase when Penei Sewell was still there.
Yeah. By the way, Lions got a steal there.
Yeah. So did the Chargers with Rashawn Slater.
And I think, God, I hate these freaking idiot. I hate Vikings fans almost as bad as I hate Tom Brady fans. But they got a absolute perfect pick in Christian Darrisaw at 23. They were going to pick him at 14, and then they traded back to 23, and they still got him.
Mm-hmm.
No, I don't know what this video is considered now. I don't know what I'm going to title it.
I don't either. But anyhow, well, draft rundown or some shit. Anyhow, for A minus for the Giants. They only had 6 picks. They made a trade, wound up with a 7th pick, wound up trading it away to go get corner out of UC.
Selena, go!
Oh.
Stop!